Hi, everybody. Welcome to Kelle's Corner. As you know, I'm a psychic medium and I've done readings for 18 years and work in missing persons cases. I'm an author. I've have done a lot of stints everywhere in the media. So I'm going to talk to you today. As we know, is when we do a quick gab for 10 minutes here on this YouTube channel, we talk about things that are really important, actually, and just simple things you can do with your life energetically that help you. One of the main things we're going to talk about today is the word manipulation. So manipulation comes to us in many varies, right? It comes with us to people who interact with us. It comes with a job, sometimes in a workforce. It comes from a country. It comes from the worldly events, right? We can all say we have felt manipulation in some way, form in 2022 into 2021. All right, so not getting political with anything, but there is, we have felt manipulated, right? On what to do, what not to do. Is this true? Is this not? With dynamics in the world. And you know what? I'm going to share with you real quick on how to feel not manipulated. Now, one of the major things that you need to do is you have to be aware of the decisions that you make, right? So in making decisions, you have to think ahead of time and say, okay, how is this going to impact me? How is this going to impact others? And that way you have control of choice. When you don't have control of choice, what happens is that it's kind of like playing, tug of war, right? Pull this way, pull that way, pull this way. Can you see this vibration of what happens? So in your decision making, you have to make sure that you are not being in a negative place to be manipulated, or the rope comes out of your hand and you can no longer hold on to it. So we need to work with integrity. So when you work with integrity, what happens is you can no longer be manipulated because you are of strength, you are of whole, you are of whom you are. All right, think about 2020. Think about integrity. Think about, we garner and we love the people that helped within 2020 for the world, right? We love that, that their sense of heart, their sense of passion. But along with that, with all that, did too many of us sit back and say, I'm going to coast. I'm going to take the easy route. I'm just going to chill out in my pajama pants and not do work too hard. And you know what? This is a great time off for me just to be lazy. Yeah. So, you know what? That's the component is we have to rejuvenate. We have to say, okay, we're not going to be manipulated anymore. We're not going to let my energy be manipulated anymore. Easy for me to say right now. And you know what? You have to remember to say, okay, I did this. I'm done. Now it's time to get your integrity back. And you have to forgive yourself sometimes. Actually, this is a big piece. We forget to forgive others, to forgive yourself for controlling others, maybe, right? And controlling situations. So when we're out of control, we manipulate. Okay, so we don't want to manipulate anymore. So that's kind of like cheating. All right. So, cheating never goes anywhere well. I'm not going to. Okay, so we know that. We know that cheating goes nowhere well. It's like what we cheat when we talk to our children about cheating, right, wrong, what not to do. And so we're now in a really new place of we're no longer going to be manipulated in our own life, in our own world. So how do we do that? We have to become non-reactive. We have to know what feels right inside. We have to know that, God's given plan is for us here. Our divine is right behind us. It's the biggest cheerleader right now in the country, in the world. And you know what? We have to remember to float within our spaces so that, we don't get manipulated. So who's in control? You. So you know what? It's really important about this. I want to share something funny that happened yesterday. So I'm sitting outside because it was beautiful here in Charlotte. And as I'm sitting outside, I see this bird. Two birds actually, that I've never seen before. And I said to my husband, I said, what kind of bird is that? And anyways, it was a mockingbird. And two mockingbirds flew in together and sat like on the fence, like really literally looking at me. So I'm like, okay, what does this mockingbird mean? What is a mockingbird? You know what? So anyway, so a mockingbird. So I looked it up. So a mockingbird symbol is about playfulness. It's about having joy. It's about gratitude. It's about communication. It is really kind of cool because mockingbirds can manipulate other birds' sounds. Okay, exactly like we're talking about manipulation. Okay, but it's kind of like it's a cool way of how spirit gives symbolism to me. Spirit gives symbolism to everybody. You just have to be open up to receive it. So that's why I want to talk about, its message, like from a mockingbird, is really to rethink on how you act towards others. And if you find yourself being manipulated, step back and say, I'm not going to go in that juju anymore. No, thank you. All right. You need to realize that, you're more empowered. You have better skills, right? Everything has lessons. Everything has soul lessons. We get that. We come into this world to learn these lessons. We leave this world with the lessons we've learned, we've encountered. But this is really about learning the non-reaction, all right? And to realize that, if you aren't communicated well to by others, then you need to understand the importance of letting that go and moving forward to the light, moving towards your light, your energy, and start using the form of meditation in the morning, right, to go forward within your energy. This is really important because what happens is when you start to use energy for your highest and best good, and you're in control of that every day, it's important, you start to not get in. We always joke in our house with the kids, and I had a son who was a football player in college, so eating, main thing, right? So you have to remember, like, not to be hangry. Okay, have you ever heard that term? So it's like when you're hungry and you're angry at the same time. So it was like, whenever I would pick him up from practice, it would be like, what's for dinner? Okay, what mother doesn't ever remember that from their kids? So not to be hangry, right? That's so funny. So what that means is that, the hungry and the angry mood together. And this is where, we can all of a sudden get snappy or moody or that kind of thing. And then we can manipulate or get testy with people. So we need to remember, not to be hangry, and to be more centered, and to not get manipulated and not be, realize that we're in control. We are in control. I'm going to tell you right now, you are in control. No one else is, just you. So when you start to get that vibe and understand that, then you're not going to get hangry. You're not going to get testy. You're not going to get manipulated. You're going to see things for what the truth is. You're going to research. You're going to be all about you. Thank goodness. And what happens is a few things is when you're in manipulation, when you're feeling manipulated, what you need to do is get back into morning affirmations. You got to say, for the highest and best good, I'm not manipulated. For the highest and best good, I'm in control. For the highest and best good, I am protected. For the highest and best good, I accept heaven's help. So that, so all that good energy, good light, love can come into my world. So, and the best part about it is when you start to affirm and you do your morning affirmations, just like I said, just center real quick, do your bits, and just say nice things to you, all right? And when you find yourself in a situation that you're being manipulated, say, talk to the hand. No longer allowed in my energy, no longer allowed to be in my space. So what happens is you get protection. So that's what's important. So remember that you're protected. You know what? Our divine fate, I love that word, divine fate, is really protecting us, guiding us right now in challenging times. And you know what? So be it. You're a rock star. You know what? You don't have to worry anymore. You just have to remember to evolve and bring good light in, and don't be lazy, and remember you all have integrity, and remember that, you know what, if you feel you're being controlled in a situation, walk away from it. And that's what I say to you in this highest and best moment. I wish you well for this week. Remember, no manipulation, not allowed. Take good care, everybody. Thank you.